This too shall pass. What am I supposed to do with that? And when is it going to pass? This is something my father has told me, it seems like my entire life. When things have happened that have not gone the way I expected, through heartbreak, my dad, with his just calm self, would always say, this too shall pass. And, while I have given you a lot with respect to like my relationship with my mom, I haven't really talked about my dad. And I'm a huge daddy's girl. I think I've focused more on my mom because my relationship with her was more complicated. With my dad, it wasn't. It wasn't. But the one thing that I always tell myself now when something happens that makes me question, makes me uncomfortable, um, is this too shall pass. And honestly, I'm pretty sure, even though I'm 54, I know my dad has told me this even into my 50s. I'm pretty sure if I called him right now, fussing about something, that's what he's going to give me. So that's always been like the backdrop of my childhood and obviously a good portion of my adulthood. And what I have actually learned is it's true. I think sitting in something, feeling whatever it is I'm feeling, and I have felt a lot, right? We're talking about heartbreak and just wanting that pain to go away, but there's nothing you can really do. You can't outrun heartbreak, no matter what it looks like, right? If it is a romantic relationship or even a friendship, or something happening to a family member, there's only so much you can do. And I've had to learn to sit in that and be uncomfortable with not knowing what it passing will look like, or who I'm even going to be on the other side of it passing, depending on what it is. And I think it's maybe served me well. As I've gotten older, I can appreciate the wisdom of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hated when my dad used to tell me this. And depending on what it is, even today, it still kind of, there's a portion of me that's like, how long is this going to go on for? But I've learned to embrace the quietness, the stillness in the midst of it. And more often than not, I've learned to embrace it. But it doesn't mean I don't struggle. I remember one time my dad actually got pneumonia and ended up having to get hospitalized. And I'm like losing it because, again, huge daddy's girl, losing it. And just kind of, crying. He's in the hospital. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared to leave him there overnight. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. And he's reassuring me while he's in the hospital bed. The man ended up needing surgery, but he is reassuring me that everything's going to be okay. And even though everything in me wanted to fight against that, particularly in that situation, like I'm looking at my dad and the strongest man I've known, and he is vulnerable. And having to look at him and trust that what he is telling me is true was rough. It was rough, but it was true because we got through it. I have tried to apply this to any number of situations in my life that I just didn't want to have to deal with, but this is what it is, and I have to deal. So what's one thing your parents have left you with that you still kind of hear in your brain and you've had to apply it as you've navigated life?